1, 2, 3.
This division of U.S. Navy
Everyone here looks like they should be in the Navy. This is what the Navy looks like. Looks like a bunch of smarty pants.
recruits is in week 3 of their 10-week boot camp.
Get him up, Holcomb. It's supposed to hurt. Down.
They're enduring what's known as an intensive training exercise, or ITE session.
So much sweat,
Push
the
up.
glasses are falling
Get
off.
there.
It lasts
like it.
for about 40 minutes without a break.
Up position. I told you yesterday I was going to get mine. Y'all been pissing me off for a week. Between not working together.
They can curse? Make it rain in my gym. Exactly. Interesting. I didn't know that. We can't curse in the Air Force.
Thinking this a joke, and it's not. You arguing, not wanting to step up to lead. You either lead or you follow. That's simple. Stop with this
That guy's
individuality
Not him.
and work as a team.
He's
It takes
locked
everyone
in,
a little
though.
bit, I think, to realize the big message. We are one family, we are one team. There are no more individuals.
Let's go.
IT is not fun. It's to help you remember what you did wrong so that you don't do it again.
We had enough?
Let's go.
No, the we haven't.
This is Navy boot camp.
There you go.
Every
Stare
year,
straight
more
ahead.
than
Let's go. Let's
40,000
go. Looking
recruits
sharp.
graduate
Looking sharp.
before becoming sailors and officially joining the fleet.
I love the sailor uniform. I wish they made their pants less see-through for the sailors. That's it. When I was on Fort Sam, everybody looked so sharp. They looked so amazing. I love the little bow tie. Cute, adorable, respectable, powerful, strong. Warriors of our ocean, of the seas. Little bow tie. I just wish for them that the military was a little bit more locked in the fact of, let's make sure our sailors don't have see-through white pants. It's a neckerchief. It's called a kerchief. It's a piece of naval tradition. I think it looks great. I think they look very sharp.
It happens here
Look,
at
PT
Recruit
belts. Let's
Training
go.
Command
Nothing
Great
can happen to them. They're
Lakes,
safe.
located about 35 miles north of Chicago. RTC Great Lakes is the only boot camp for enlisted U.S. Navy
Base.
sailors.
Who's going to a submarine? Yeah. Why?
All right, so he just asked who's going on a submarine. And I think when this is filmed, this is right when they're about to get out. So they are all stoked. They are all stoked. Yeah, this in the winter.
Yeah. Why?
Why do you want to go on a submarine?
More money?
More
Absolutely,
money.
100%.
Based answer. That's the only answer.
Base pay for enlisted sailors is about $22,000 a year. Sailors
go, we're
commit
rich.
to actively serve for at least 4 to 6 years, depending on their specialty or rate.
There is no special skills required prior to signing that commitment. We were able to take any civilian off the street and transform them into a smartly disciplined, physically
his
fit,
rack.
basically trained sailor.
He's locked in.
Boot camp begins with the night.
That is a very nice bus. That's minimum wage in the UK. I think they auto promote outside of this though. I had a white school bus. Like the same ones that you go to jail in. I did not get a charter bus.
Of arrival.
Let's go! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Let's
Hurry
see
up!
her.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Masks on.
Buses driving from O'Hare
When was this
Airport
filmed?
bring about
2 years
100
ago?
new recruits to the Recruit
2022?
In Processing Facility.
Let's go!
Oh,
We want to
wow.
put them in a stressful environment
I
to
forgot
show
about the
them that
masks.
even though it might be stressful for them, they can get through it.
You're moving
Oh, she
too
looks locked
slow!
in. Let's
And then
go.
it kind of like sets the tone for the rest of training.
What the are you looking at, guy? Where did I tell you to look? Where? Where did I tell you to look? Welcome to Recruit Training Command. I'm Chief Walters. I'll be one of your facilitators this evening. When I tell you to, you will remove your cell phone. You're going to call home. Call your parents. Call your...
Do not step on the flags. Oh, yeah, on the floor? Yes, yes, yes. My uncle served 20 years in the Navy and was on a sub. It's the safest place during an active war zone. Yeah, I bet. I bet. The flag's on the floor.
Recruiter, I don't care who, but you're going to let them know that you arrived here.
Look, I went to basic training during COVID. I had to wear masks. Let me tell you right now how disgusting those get when you only have like 1 or 2 masks that you can wash and you have it on your face 24/7 and it's full of sweat and dirt and you keep breathing it in. The girly side, it does make you break out. You'll break out in basic training regardless. That water is so hard, but it's full of so much sweat and just grossness. It was gross. And they get wet so fast because they start absorbing your sweat. So this was a whole different like mental game because you have a hot thing on your face the whole time. Just like your face because the sweat and all that. Just a different take, just to let you guys know. Because I had to deal with that.
You have 1 minute,
I forgot.
go.
That was horrible.
What up, man? Hey, I just made it in.
I don't have long to speak, but I just want to tell you that I made it safely, but I'm okay.
You got 45 seconds, hurry up!
I'll get through it. I gotta go, Mom.
I called my mom. It was definitely emotional, though, because you kind of know that's the last time you're going to be able to contact your family for a little bit.
Love you very much. You guys have a good one. Bye.
Let's
You understand the
go.
words coming out of my mouth? Yeah. What are you saying yep to? It's yes, Chief.
He said yep. Did you guys hear that?
One. Bye.
You understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yeah. What are you saying
Yep.
yep to?
Who are you saying yep to? It's yes, Chief. Oh,
What is your problem, guy? What is your problem? Why are you moving so slow? You're on my time now, not your time. Hurry up!
It was brutal, I won't lie. It was a culture shock. You are learning pretty much how to be a new human.
You do not know what the you're supposed to be doing at any given time. You will stand at attention until told to do otherwise. At no point in time will you look a staff member in the eyes. That's rude and disrespectful, and that's the quickest way to piss us off. Is that understood?
Good.
How about some motivation? Is that understood?
Let's go. That was super
Recruits
motivating.
receive their ditty bags,
Hey, hurry up. Let's go. Get your socks off my table. Let's go.
which hold their different uniforms, hygiene products, and basic items they'll
Let's go.
need for boot
The
camp.
key.
Hurry up. Go, 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 go,
Key
go.
check.
Recruits must
I miss that so much. I still did that all 4 years. If someone's necklace was out or their chain was out, I was like, hey, key check, key check. Because if they catch you with your key out, like, because you have to wear the chain. So you're issued a locker, and a key, right? Obviously. The lock has to be around the locker at all times and locked, okay? Your key has to be on you at all times, but your key always has to be tucked into your shirt. So if you're like walking around or you're doing PT, it like pops out a lot. So you're always keeping each other in check by going like key check. Did that for 4 years. Got so many people. Hey, key check.
provide urine samples to make
I'm
sure
cool,
they
guys.
have no drugs in their systems.
Urine samples. Let's go.
Those who can't immediately provide a sample
They told all of us that we would have to pee in a cup. And they said to drink as much water as possible. And then we had to hold it for 3 hours. It was awful. It was awful.
are ordered to hydrate
Just
until
hurry up
they
and wait.
can. Although male and female recruits sleep in different compartments, some train in gender-integrated divisions. After being assigned to divisions, recruits wait to meet their recruit division commanders, or RDCs.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go!
Turn around!
Oh, she's
Back
intimidating.
Go!
Signified by their red shoulder cords, these RDCs will be with the division until they graduate from boot camp.
Did we say you could talk?
They want to be here to be sailors. So that's our job,
Look
to
at
train
those
them,
sleeves. Those are
to help
beautiful.
them get there.
Why are we so slow? Hey, you? Isn't he taller than you? Yes, Chief. No, Chief. I, Chief.
We're not their friends. We're here to make them
The height thing was so easy. There was like 4 girls. We're all the same height. We were all like the shortest. We'd always just go to the back.
sailors.
Too
Why are
easy.
you looking at, recruit? Do I
None
owe
of
you
this
anything?
measuring.
You want them to be uncomfortable, right? You want to get them out of their comfort zone. Boot camp is hard, but when you go out to the fleet, if you make a mistake, you're going to kill somebody, right? Now it's lives are at stake. So we want them to understand that the bigger picture.
Let's go.
Male recruits have to shave their
When are you going to get a tattoo? Never. I like tattoos, just not on me. That's it.
heads. Female recruits can pull their hair back in a bun or wear it down as long as it does not extend below the back of the collar. The new recruits pay their first visit to the galley, where they eat in silence and stare straight ahead until they're dismissed.
Table 8, get up and get out!
Oh, God.
They'll need their strength for their first test of boot camp,
What's their first
an
test?
initial physical assessment known as the PACER test.
Everyone up!
The PACER test. Let's go. PACER test mentioned. Let's go.
Timed intervals of push-ups, planks,
Here we go.
and running.
Not every recruit shows up where they need to be. That's okay. That's what we're here for.
Put your hands by your side. Look at everybody else next to you. Fix yourself.
If we identify individuals that are
yourself.
struggling, then we can curtail the training to make sure everyone's on a level playing field to be successful.
Good question. What happens if you fail the PACER test? So originally when you get in, there's a basic test to get everybody to see where everybody's at. Then they work you out every 2 days, every day, right? Then halfway through they do another PACER test and they compare your scores. Hopefully you've improved. Most likely you improve because you're being made to work out. It's not an option. You keep doing training every day. You get to the end. You have another PACER test. That is the one that you use to graduate. If you don't pass your final PACER test or your final PT test to qualify in basic training, you get washed back, which means if you don't pass, they put you back to go through basic training all over again until you're fit enough to pass again. Twice a day?
2 minutes on the left.
Recruits have 2 chances to pass the test.
Here we go.
2-6.
If they fail, they're recycled into another division where they'll keep trying until they can move forward.
Yep. What a lot of people don't know, I don't know if it's like this for the Navy, but there's lots of stress about losing your job or doing more time in the military than you're supposed to. One is if you don't physically pass basic training, you have to go through it all over again, which happens a lot. Second is when you get out of basic training, you go to your school to learn how to do your job. If you don't pass the tests in your job for that school, if you don't pass the tests in that school, you lose your job and you get sent to go do a simpler job, like cook, maybe something mechanical, military police, okay? So you get through basic training, you pass your tests. You go to your tech school, your AIT, whatever it's called, you pass your tests. You get to your base, you have more tests to do. Nobody tells us this. Nobody says this. You have more tests to do. They're called your CDCs. You have to pass all those tests that say you are now qualified to do your job because you've done all these tests. If you don't pass those, you can risk getting sent to a different job. It's a year of don't fail. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think they're out of basic training, they're in the clear, they can't get kicked out. Then they're in tech school and it's like, well, if I don't pass these, I'll lose my job. And then it's okay, well, if I go to my base and I don't pass these tests, I'll lose this base, I'll lose this job I got. It's crazy.
In week 1, recruits are
They
tested
got
on their
flippers.
ability
Let's
to
go
swim.
flippers. Let's go Navy.
God
That is
forbid
some
you're in that
blue,
abandoned ship
beautiful
scenario
water.
where you do have to leave the safety of your ship. The Navy has deemed that we need to be able to implement a swim qualification to ensure your safety and the safety of your shipmates. Everyone in the Navy has to have a third-class swim qualification. The
Nice.
third-class qualification consists of stepping from an elevated platform,
Okay. He's got a GoPro on his head. Let's go.
surfacing unassisted, swimming 50 yards, then doing
Easy.
a 5-minute prone on your front, known as a prone float, or on your back, known as a supine float.
Too easy.
I knew it's the Navy, you're gonna need to know how to swim a little bit. I had swam before, but I had never jumped off a diving board. Hitting the water, you're like, whoa, I wasn't
That's a
expecting
big
that
deal
to
for
shock.
your first time.
But not all recruits are ready to take the leap.
Based.
Some have to be pulled from the water during the test and sent to remedial swimming, where they learn the
Caveman, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys.
basics of being comfortable in the water.
Thanks, Caves.
We're just asking you to try to actually calm yourself down and realize that the water's not going to drag you under. You know, you have to cooperate with it.
I can't imagine.
We have a
how cold that is, too.
99.97% pass rate. We have a higher pass rate for recruits that can't swim than the Navy has of making civilians into sailors.
During week 3, recruits report to the Marlin Spike Trainer, where they get their first taste of what it's like to be aboard a Navy ship.
Hand over hand, positive control.
Y'all literally just did this. What is the problem?
Figure eight, one figure eight at a time.
Once they do get to us, there's that nervousness. They don't know anything about a ship. It's scary. It's a big old vessel in the water, right?
Remove the bird's nest.
We teach them about how to communicate on a ship, how to tie a knot, transitioning them to be a sailor.
This walkthrough, that was the easy part. Now the pressure's on. You up,
I love the red hat.
Each recruit is assigned a role
That red hat looks so slick. It looks so slick.
corresponds to a real member of a ship's crew,
Make all preparations for getting underway.
with the objectives of getting a ship underway and bringing it safely into port.
I don't know if they train in salt water or not. That's a good question. I need to find that out.
Make all preparations for entering port.
So at the bridge at the very top, you have the boatswain's mate, and then we have our bridge phone talker.
Mine's 3 and 4. Singled up, bridge eye.
They're going to be having comms with the other 3 phone talking stations down on the actual ship.
Attention on deck, attention on pier.
And the petty officers in charge relay that message to the line captain.
Fake down line going inboard. Fake down line going inboard.
The line captain.
I can smell that room that they're in. I've never been in the Navy, but I know that cold concrete warehouse smell.
Have that script
You know
saying
that smell
single
from
up
the
all
military.
lines, take in all lines.
Double up all lines high.
Who the is talking?
It's loud, it's chaotic, it's hectic. Because when they're on the actual ship, when they have actual waves moving that ship, they need to be calm, cool, and collected and resort back to their training.
When I say prepare heaving line for heaving, that's when he comes over here.
You're gonna hold this so he can tie the knot.
It's all about communication as well as following all the safety precautions. Anything that can get you injured, you need to make sure you're aware of what that is, make sure your teammates aren't doing it either.
Watch your feet, watch your feet, watch your feet.
Just standing there, they can be injured. Somebody can go overboard. Somebody can trip up on a line. Take it from myself because I've eaten complete crap before, like falling on the deck of a ship, and it's not fun.
1, 2, 3.
Remove figure eights and round turn. Take figure eights off and then round.
That guy's not even trying. You see the guy in the back left? Look at him. He's not even trying. Effort.
1, 2, 3.
Remove figure eights and round turn. Take figure eights off and then round turn. Move to safety zone.
Lock it in. Be a team
Seamanship
player. Let's
starts in the
go.
classroom.
What's avast mean? Stop. Okay,
Avast
next. What's
means
next?
stop. Okay.
Single up all lines. Forecastle eye.
All stations, single up all lines.
All stations,
Good job. Good job.
All stations, bridge, single up all lines.
Single up all. Single up all.
All
What's going on with
stations,
his
bridge,
foot?
single up all lines.
Oh, never mind. He's
Single up
fine.
all. Single up all lines.
It's like speaking a different language. You got to get the hang of it. It helps that
That's gotta be tough.
everyone else is doing it with you, so the more you
Slacker.
hear it, it's all around you. Eventually, you won't even think about it.
Just tell him the message.
Bridge, single up all lines.
It's Barney style. We break it down Barney style.
Barney, like the dinosaur?
Yes, pretty much.
Single up all lines high.
Perfect, just like that.
Nice. Nice. That's cool.
It's called the confidence
So
chamber.
if you're in the Navy and you want to say stop because you're like a row guard and you have to stop traffic, you have to go avast, which is so great because I've heard that in so many pirate movies. Avast, matey.
I don't
Aha.
call it the gas chamber. I don't call it the torture chamber. It's none of that stuff. It is the confidence chamber. The reason you go through this is so we can
Confidence
prove to you
chamber.
that the mask works.
Based.
Does that make sense?
Base.
In week 4, recruits are exposed to CS gas or
Oh,
tear
goodness.
gas in the confidence chamber.
Who's nervous right now?
Confidence
Somebody tell me
chamber.
why you're nervous.
I'm nervous about how my body's gonna react.
Body's going to react. It's going to react accordingly.
I'm nervous with how my body's gonna react in the confidence chamber, sir. Your body's going to react accordingly. Dang!
After learning how to properly don and clear the masks, the recruits head inside the chamber and wait for their turn to step to the line at the front of the room. An instructor pours the powder inside the CS capsules onto a hot plate, filling the room with gas.
Mask up, come up, let's go! Get that mask up! Get that cup up!
When they take off the mask, it only takes a few seconds before they feel the effects of the gas.
Why are they holding
Some
their hands
recruits
like
don't
this?
seem affected by it, but most
They have
struggle.
to catch their
They
spit?
cup their hands under their chins to prevent bodily fluids from leaking onto the floor.
What does it feel like when you take that mask off?
Hurts, burns a lot. It's a good sinus clearer. If you're
I
sick,
thought you're just supposed to...
you'll be able to breathe once you leave there.
No one's
Sierra Rose, Division 205. Hooyah!
Huh. COVID times was when this was filmed? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
Recruits say their names and division numbers, followed by a hoo-yah.
Let's go!
Good job.
After about
Oh,
15
God.
seconds of exposure, they're allowed to exit the chamber.
Keep moving.
Okay. This guy's... Oh, she looks
It definitely
pretty
wasn't fun. Definitely wouldn't,
She
sign
looks
up to
pretty
do it
good.
again, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Who yeah, is it, eh?
Yeoman, where y'all at? Where my man Yeoman at? Man Yeoman.
Later in week 4, recruits are trained to
went
fight
all up
fires.
back in his nose.
You never know when a simple fire will break out on board the ship.
Oh my God.
Any sailor needs to be
Rewind
ready
it.
to
I'm gonna
combat
rewind
that
it, but I
fire
won't
ship.
look.
Fires.
Just...
Is it, eh?
Sign up to do it again, but it wasn't as
can't.
bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Who yeah, is it, eh?
Oh God.
Yeoman, where y'all at? Where my man Yeoman at? Man Yeoman.
Later in week 4, recruits are trained to
I'm
fight
gag.
fires.
That's so gross.
You never know when a simple fire will break out on board the ship. Any sailor needs to be ready to combat that fire to save the ship, aircraft, submarine, you name it.
You guys know how to do the fire, how to put out a fire, right? With a fire
Controlled
extinguisher?
fires.
You guys remember PASS? P-A-S-S? This is how you put out a fire with a fire extinguisher. Ready? PASS. P-A-S-S. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. You pull the thingy, you aim it at the fire, you squeeze the handles, and you sweep. You're welcome.
Fueled by propane
They get a
tanks
giant hose, though, 'cause
simulate
they're in the
different
ocean.
types of fires
So.
that could occur on a ship.
Aim low. Yeah, let's go.
A lot of them don't understand that pressure that comes through the hose. As soon as you open up that nozzle, all that pressure starts to push you backwards. They kind of hold it nonchalantly a little
Oh, that's
bit.
a cute uniform.
It was
Face of
one of
the
the most
fire.
hands-on
Yes.
experiences we got to do. Part of the teamwork that helps you realize that there's going to be points where your life is going to be in the hands of another person. It's important to pay attention because if you're not doing things correctly, you're putting someone else in danger.
Recruits trained to safely fire the M9 Beretta pistol, as well as to assemble and disassemble it.
A lot of people that come through here have minimal to zero.
Are you telling me that the Navy gets pistols? I had no idea. They get to qualify with pistols? I thought we all got M4s. Navy gets pistols, Air Force get pencils. Get out of here. Do not tell me they get to do shotguns too. That's got to be a lie. You got to be trolling me. They have to get a baby pew-pew. Oh, that makes sense. We get our M4s after basic. The Navy's cooler than I thought. I'm not going to lie. I've always narked on the Navy just a little bit. I mean, everybody picks on every branch. Navy quals with pistols and a shotgun. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. If they show me a
Zero
shotgun in this
experience.
video,
3-1000.
If something's incorrect, we
I
fix
might
it
stop
right
telling
away.
people to join
If
the
we
Air
see that
Force.
some of them are kind of just a little bit too nervous, we'll talk to them, make sure that
Close
they're
quarters?
mentally
Mhm.
okay, and make sure that they feel
That is
safe and they
so
feel like they're in a
cool.
good environment.
Why should Navy sailors need to be qualified to shoot weapons?
I would say most typically on watch, that's when we have to stand watch and provide some
would-
sort of security.
why
If
would
someone
Navy sailors have to be qualified with a weapon? Why would a Department of the United States military need to be qualified with a weapon? Is that a joke? Who is this interviewer? I have some questions.
steps on board a vessel, anything seems kind of weird, kind of sketchy, then we would have to employ that weapon if things start
Ridiculous
to escalate.
question. Next. This question should be, are the shotguns true? Let me see. That's bait? Yeah, that's bait.
Boot camp culminates with an event known as battle stations.
To your
It
battle
happens inside
stations.
this building, which may not
Oh.
look like much from the outside.
It doesn't.
But inside, the recruits encounter this. The USS Trayer. It's a 2/3 scale replica of a Navy destroyer ship designed and built by companies that created attractions for Walt Disney World.
Disney World! Disney World! Disney World mentioned! Guys, 2 branches Disney World mentioned in. Disney World mentioned in the Air Force. Disney World mentioned in the Navy. Disney has their hands in a lot of pots. 2 for the military. That's
Battle
crazy.
stations is an accumulation of every training evolution you've done throughout basic, mixed with a little bit of sleep deprivation. So I think it's the closest thing any of us are going to get to what being on a ship's like.
It's a little baby boat. Yeah, they got a little tugboat.
Although the Navy agreed to let our crew film parts of the battle stations event, we weren't allowed to show major details of the scenarios or solutions to the problems recruits have to solve.
Good.
So it goes over 17 different scenarios from firefighting to seamanship.
There you go,
first
stare straight
aid.
ahead.
So all
Let's
of those
go.
combined
He's
into
locked
one
in.
special
Let's
night.
go.
A special and long night. Recruits are not allowed to sleep during the event.
Doors go. Who are you telling?
I do not
Are you
care.
telling me? Are you telling Petty Officer? Or are you telling your CLS? Tell the CLS. Doors go, CLS.
When they say when you get to fleet, you got to be able to handle sleep deprivation, you really do. You have to be able to handle doing the right thing, even when it's very stressful, even when you're cold, wet,
job.
tired, sleepy, and even when your peers may not be in the right mindset either.
Would you say that dang mouse, Mickey Mouse, that dang Mickey Mouse controls too much of the USA? Oh my God.
The first scenario we saw involved a burst water pipe in a room full of ammunition shells that recruits
Every branch you don't get sleep in. I think the Marines get the most lack of sleep and training, followed by the Army, probably followed by the Navy, probably followed by the Air Force.
had to move while trying to patch the pipe.
If you can't do it alone, ask for help.
They use their firefighting skills to put out a fire that breaks out on board.
We have all the sound effects.
What about the Space Force? The Space Force probably get tucked in. They probably get tucked in every night, get 8 hours of sleep, wake up to a rooster on a farm somewhere, and then get taught by Buzz Lightyear.
The lighting, the smoke, just because we want to make sure it's as realistic as possible. Once you go out to the ship, if there was ever, emergency situation that happened, we want to kind of reflect that here.
What?
We were allowed to film inside one of the training areas
Oh,
built
it's
to
a
resemble the
simulated. There's a leg in there. This is a simulated. I have no idea.
damage suffered by the USS Cole in the deadly attack in October of 2000, with details down to the clock on the wall, which is stopped on the minute the real attack occurred. But when the scenario starts, recruits don't notice such details.
People are dying! People are dying!
They have to locate and evacuate a casualty through thick smoke,
Let's
over
go.
obstacles, and in total darkness.
Good job,
Some
Navy.
people like working under stress because they say pressure either produces diamonds or it bursts pipes.
Good job, Navy.
It was really fun. I would definitely do it again, maybe after a full night's rest. but I would 100% do battle stations again. It's a night I will never forget.
Let's go!
After battle stations is complete, recruits line up in front of the
I didn't know
USS
the Navy was
Trayer
this
to
locked in.
receive their Navy ball cap, symbolizing their transition from recruits to Navy sailors.
Let's go! Emotional moment.
They realize everything that they have done thus far, all the blood, sweat, and tears they shed. They finally earned their Navy ball cap, and it's a proud moment for all of them.
That morning was extremely emotional. I was definitely more proud of that than anything I've ever done before. Nothing compares to that moment.
That's such a big feeling.
Friends and family gather to witness their new sailors graduate before joining the fleet.
Oh, they look so sharp. They got a saber and everything.
You see the change. You have some recruits that you never thought they were going to make it past training. But once they graduate and you see that, wow, they grasp the point of this, you know they're going to be out there, out in the fleet. It's really rewarding.
Seeing recruits come off the bus with long hair, not knowing their left to the right, not knowing how to wear a uniform, and seeing that transition that they make from a civilian to...
Of course they're expensive. Of course they're locked in. Ships are expensive, you know? Oh my God.
To a recruit, to a sailor, is truly eye-watering and truly a blessing.
That day I left. That day I left. My daddy said. I shook my daddy's hand. He said that I'd become a man. I'd become a man. Oh, wee, oh, wee, oh, wee, oh, wee.
The Navy's cadences are so pretty. At Fort Sam Houston, they know their cadences are the best. And every time they walk by, every group I was next to or that I heard would always say, dang, the Navy's got some soul. I respect it.